Hey guys, this is Connor Graham here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you my Pittsburgh Steelers 2020 NFL season predictions. So let's talk about this team and then get into the predictions. So the Steelers have a dominant defense as you saw last year. It's going to be just as good as last year, if not better. Then you have Big Ben coming back, which will really benefit because he's way better than Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges. I think Juju will have a rebound year from last year. I think James Conner will do great. So this team will be really fun to watch this year. So yeah, now let's get on to these predictions. Starting off with the Pittsburgh Steelers playing the New York Giants on Monday Night Football in New York. This will be an easy win for the Steelers. That defense really wins this game here because Giants are going to struggle to score because their offense is going to be on the field so much because that Giants defense is so bad. So the offense is going to be really tired this game. So the Giants should get a better defense. In the next few years, I think they'll get a better defense and they'll become a better team. But right now they aren't good because they don't have a good defense. But they're better than the Redskins because they actually have somewhat of an offense. So, yeah, so the Steelers get their first win of the season against the Giants. Then they get to go home and play the Denver Broncos, and they get their second win of the season. This will be a good game, with two rookie wide receivers, and KJ Hamler and Jerry Jeudy. And then you have Cortland Sutton, great wide receiver core. But the Steelers do have a pretty good secondary, so that will be a fun matchup to watch. And then you have two quarterbacks that are good, really good. I know Drew Luck hasn't shown a lot, but I still think he's a really good quarterback with what he's shown, especially because it was his rookie year. Yeah, this will be a fun matchup, I think. And both great defenses, that's another really good one. So I think this will be a low-scoring game, but an entertaining game because I think there'll be quite a few turnovers in this game because of how good these defenses are. So now you have the Steelers 2-0, still at home, and get to play the Texans. And they do get their third win of the season. Steelers just really got this home field advantage. Really makes this game easy for them. The defenses aren't even at all. Steelers have a better defense than the Texans. The Texans' offensive line is worse. Deshaun Watson is better than Big Ben, but Deshaun Watson doesn't have the help. He doesn't have the running back, doesn't have the wide receivers that he needs to be successful. Because he has a few decent wide receivers, but Big Ben has a few decent wide receivers, and then he has a really good wide receiver in Juju Smith-Schuster. So that just hurts the Texans. The Texans really have no match against them unless Deshaun Watson rushes for like 5 touchdowns, which will not happen. I can tell you that right now. So the Texans lose this game, and the Steelers go to 3-0 as they are on the road again against the Tennessee Titans. They get their fourth win of the season. This will be a very good game because the Tennessee Titans get a little bit of an advantage because they have the home field. Two great defenses going at it. Two great running backs going at it. Two good quarterbacks going at it. Two similar wide receiver cores going at it. But I think the Steelers just a little bit better at everything, which gives them the advantage in this match. So I think it'll be pretty close, but I think it'll be a good game. Mid-scoring, so I think it'll be entertaining. So good game. Steelers go to 4-0 as they play the Eagles, and Steelers are riding high right now, and they surprisingly do beat the Eagles. I think the home field advantage is the only reason they win this game, even though it's not that much of a home field advantage because the Eagles are also in Pennsylvania. So yeah, Steelers get their 5th win of the season. They go to 5-0 as they're still at home, and they get to play the Cleveland Browns, and they do beat the Cleveland Browns. Not very fair there. Steelers have a better offense, better quarterback, better offensive line. Browns maybe edge them out in the running back core and receiving core, but Steelers are more balanced than the Browns, which results in the Steelers winning this game. And the Steelers are 6-0 on the road against the Ravens. They take their first loss of the season. Ravens are a great team, like they were last year with Lamar Jackson carrying them just a little bit, but that defense was also great last year. I think this will be a not very entertaining game because I think it will be a low-scoring game with two great defenses and two great offenses, but I think the defenses prevail on this, win the Ravens the game, as the Steelers try to recover as they have their bye week, but they can't because in Week 9 they lose to the Cowboys on the road. I just still think they're ready for this matchup against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys kind of just sneak away into this one. They both have good defenses. The Cowboys don't have as good of a defense, but they have a way better offense, which prevails in this matchup with Zeke running well. And Dak Prescott doing decent with his new wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb with Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper there. This will be a really good game, but the Cowboys do prevail here. As the Steelers really need a break, and they get the Bengals. Bengals just underexperienced. 2021's the Bengals year where they could possibly make it to the playoffs, but it's going to be hard because they're in a really tough division. The Bengals won't get it done this year, but they could get it done next year. So the Steelers win this matchup. So they are now 7-2. And then they get to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they really just get a break, calm down, play smart, and they beat the Jaguars here. No shock, even though it's on the road, still no shock. So they know they got to play the Ravens in the next week. So they know they got to play smart this game and rest well. And they end up beating the Ravens, because they're well rested because they got to play the Jaguars the week before, which is not a challenge. And this will be a great game, but I think the Steelers' defense prevails in this one, and really that home field advantage helps a lot. Then the Steelers are at home against the Redskins, and as I said earlier, the Redskins are a horrible team because they don't have an offense, and I'll keep saying that until they get an offense. So Steelers get an easy win there, and they're really overconfident at this point, and they do lose to the Bills, but they still have the division lead because the Ravens do lose also. So now they just got to play smart, and they can win throughout the rest of the year and be in a position to win the division, possibly getting the number 1 seed. So then the Steelers do what they got to do, beat the Bengals on the road, then beat the Colts at home, and then they finish the season off beating the Browns on the road to get the division. But they do end up being the 2 seed. But a great season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 13-3, going to the playoffs. This will be a very entertaining season for the Steelers fans out there. So, Steelers fans, be excited for this season. Big Ben's coming back and is going to be great, as long with James Conner and Juju Smith-Schuster, and that defense getting led by T.J. Watt. So this will be a great season for the Steelers, and that will do it for this video. If you liked the video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!